Okay, cool. So, Court, thank you so much. Literally, the second I asked you, you were ready to go. And I'm like, hell yeah, my team's going to be pumped right now. Literally, I asked my leaders, like, what they want, because I can just speak what I speak normally, but I'm like, what do you guys want? And, like, the first thing was like, we have Courtney Sharp on. And I'm like, yeah, let me send her a DM. So they were super pumped, and I'm so happy to have you on and just taking your time. So I'm going to try not to make it long because I don't know. I feel like, I'm sure we can talk forever and vibe for a while, but can you start off and share your story? A lot of us know your story. It's amazing. And if you've talked about it a lot, we follow your story. You're just awesome, but you don't have to, it's totally up to you. If you want to tell your long story, if you want to break it up to you. You do your thing, girl.
All right. Okay. So I do have some tips for you guys. So I'm gonna share my story. Cause there are, I know y'all have seen this, but our company is exploding like crazy, crazy, crazy. So there's a lot of new people, and so I'm going to share, what my life was like before it works and babies. And then I'm going to share my life now, and I'm going to give you some tips and then talk about where we're going. So my name's Courtney Sharp. I'm a presidential diamond. And I joined this business 3 years ago. So before it works, me and my husband both were both recovering heroin addicts. And it all started, in high school. Wanted to party. I was just a party girl. Didn't know what I was messing with, but it got to where every day was a mission. When I found opiates, it was like it numbed me. I felt like I finally found it. So it started there, and pain pills. I never thought I would ever shoot up heroin ever in my whole life, or shoot up anything, ever use a needle. And it slowly progressed and progressed. I was in and out of jail, rehab. I did 6 different inpatient rehab stays. And one of the last rehab stays was 109 days. And this was when it was like a 9-month program, and I lasted 109 days. And I rededicated my life to Christ, and I thought, like, this is it. I'm done. And something really crazy happened at the rehab, and I got yanked out. And it was the pastor owner of the place actually came on to me, and it really messed with my faith. And I tried to stay strong. I stayed strong for 3 or 4 months when I got back home, but I felt like I'd lost my purpose, and it was really hard. So I went back out, and the Bible talks about when you go back out, it comes back 7 times worse. And it truly happened. It came back worse and worse. And next thing I knew, I was shooting up heroin. That was the first thing I'd ever shot up. And I was doing things that I never thought I'd do. Stealing was always, was how I supported my addiction. I would steal even, after high school, and I sold everything, but it progressed to where I was selling myself. And, I just can't believe, to this day, I think about it sometimes. I'm like, I should be dead. The situations I put myself in, sleeping in nasty hotels, cars. I didn't care about my hygiene. Every day I was living to get high. Every dime I came in contact with, it was up my nose or in my arm. It caught me. It gripped my whole life. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I just want you to see that really anybody can do this, and to not judge anybody. I thought, until I was talked to somebody about this opportunity, I thought there's no way anybody's going to join my team or buy a product from me, because nobody trusts me. I felt like I was the black sheep. I was the mess up, and I had worn that proud, I had accepted that I just wanted a normal life. I would see people happy, and I'd be like, how are they happy and they're not high? I don't get it. Like, why can't my life be like that? I just wanted to be normal, and I craved it every day. But every day for me was a mission: get money, get high, and repeat. So I ended up, the last jail stay was 6 months long. I didn't know I was going to be there for 6 months. I thought I was going to be there for ever. It felt like they were going to keep me till I died or something, because I never had an out date. They never gave me a date that said, okay, this is when you're going to get out. And there would be people who'd be in there and they would have dates. And I'm like, gosh, I just want to know when, like, I'm never leaving. And it was truly God, because I needed every bit of that time to, number one, get healthy. I put on some weight, y'all, and I don't know if you know about jail, but honey buns, girl, I was just grubbing. Honey buns was like my thing all the time. And ramen noodles, them chili ramen noodles and honey buns. And it's weird, because with this pregnancy, like, that is what I'm craving all the time. And I swore, I'm like, I'll never eat a pack of ramen noodles again in my life. But anyways, now I'm like buying them out at Kroger. But so I had to get healthy. I had to get my mind right. I rededicated my life to Christ. I was reading the Bible, going to AA, church. But at the beginning of my jail stay is when I ran into this, like, an old friend from high school in the hallway. Which doesn't happen. And it was a guy. And in jail, girls and guys don't mingle. And somehow I ended up in a hallway with a male inmate at the other end of the hallway, and there's no guards around. And as I'm getting closer, I'm like, I recognize this dude. Like, who? Oh my God, that's Austin. What? Austin? And I'm like running. I'm like, dude, Austin. And me and Austin were best friends in middle school. Well, he was my first boyfriend in middle school, best friends in high school. We went to prom, spring break, never looked at him like that since the 7th grade, like, just a friend. And I saw him and I was like, oh my gosh, like, he looked good. He was handsome and looked clean and tall and like a man. And I was like, oh my gosh, what happened to Austin? And I'm just like, what are you doing? And he was like, chill. You're going to get us bammed up, because you're not supposed to talk to guys in jail. Anyways, guards came, doors, I was freaking out. It's like they realized they messed up. And so they separated us, and the door popped in the pod. I go in the pod, and it just hit me all at once. I just started bawling. I'm like, that I know why I'm here. Like, I am supposed to be with Austin. We're going to get married and we're going to have babies. And I wanted more. Right then was when I believe this whole journey, started, was right then. I wanted more. I saw the white picket fence. I saw the house and him as my husband and the babies and a life. And I just decided right then, I was like, drugs, no more. That's it. I'm done. Like, and there's no more entertaining it. I'm not going to glorify it anymore. No more laughing, cutting up about it. There's nothing funny about it. There's nothing fun or funny about it. It was not cool. And so that's where it started for me. We started writing letters back and forth, fell in love over letters. I would have guards come up to me, like, in the middle of the night or early in the morning and be like, Courtney, Sharp wanted me to tell you he loves you. And it would just make my whole week, like, oh my gosh, he loves me. Okay. Tell him I love him too. Just like, or I had guards even bringing me little pieces of paper that would say, like, I love you, keep your head up. But it was just super cool. Like, people that were out in the free world that I thought were my best friends never came to visit, never sent a note, never sent a letter. But here we got Austin, who's locked up, and it's literally illegal for him to talk to me, and he's finding a way, and I'm finding a way. And we're talking, and I'm just like I love him. And so anyways, we got out, we got together, we had good, clean, sober fun that I never thought existed. And then something from out of the clear blue hit us. And this was a turning point. He got a phone call from a detective. He was on parole. Austin, my husband, he has 18 to 20 felonies on his record. Okay. So, they've seen him too much. up there at the jail, court, parole board. They weren't hearing it. They didn't even want to hear it. Like, so, and plus we didn't have money for an attorney. So anyways, went before the parole board, boom, sentence in effect. It was a 6-year sentence, and he had to go away for a minimum of 2.5 years. And I thought he was my purpose. And so I was devastated. I was on the brink of going and getting high again. I was on my mom's couch. I quit my waitressing job. All I've ever done, y'all, is wait tables. So talk to your waitresses. I'm telling you, I don't let a waitress go without mentioning my business, because I already know what it's like. I know being a waitress. And if you haven't been a waitress, you need to be a waitress for like an hour. I'm not saying go get a job, because what we have is way better. I'm saying just so you'll know what it's like, because you will respect your server so much more. But anyways, that's all I'd ever done. If I wasn't getting high or out running or being crazy, I was waiting tables. So I quit my job. When he had to go, I was like, I don't even care anymore. I don't even care. So I was on my mom's couch, and then I started physically getting sick, where I'm like throwing up, and I'm not getting up, and I'm not eating. And I thought it was just depression, and I just thought I was a mess. And I found out I'm pregnant. And a month after Austin turned himself in, I found out I'm having a baby. We're not married. I don't have a car. I can't afford a cell phone bill. I was broke. I had not a dime to my name, and I'm on my mom's couch, and it was scary. It was freaking terrifying. But at the same time, I started to feel that purpose thing slowly, like, okay, I'm going to be a mom. Like, that is why I'm here, and for recovering addicts, we have to have a purpose. Like, there's got to be a purpose. And that's for everybody, really. Like, why am I here? Like, it's got to be something outside of yourself. I can't stay clean for my babies. I can't stay clean which you'd think that'd be enough, right? But there are moms all over the place in rehab and in jail. It has to be a personal thing. Like, I got this purpose, this something that gets you out of bed every day. You know what I mean? And so that's what, I found out I'm pregnant. Drugs is over. Like, that was not an option. It was an option, but now it's not again. And so I just started doing the next right thing, and I just became a mom. I was a hermit crab, y'all. Had no friends. I lost all my friends in my addiction. But I was excited about being her mom. I fell so deeply in love with this little girl that, like, I didn't want to leave her. And that's what everybody was saying, was that I got to go get a job, and to be a mom, you got to get a job, and you got to put your kid in daycare. And I had many, family meetings with my parents telling me how much I'm not doing what I need to be doing, because I have to ask them for money for diapers. And I was broke, man. Like, I did random things for money, but ultimately I had to ask if I didn't have diapers. I was on food stamps. So, I was bringing groceries to the house, but it never was enough. And I always felt, less than. I just wanted to be average. I just wanted normal, you guys. I prayed for normal. I'm like, please, God, just I don't even care. Like, just give me I need a car that just has a steering wheel and 4 wheels. Like, that can just get me somewhere. I need just like a little, I don't even care if I live in a little hut. Like, just give me my own little space, apartment, whatever, that I can call my own. And that's what I thought my future was going to be with Austin. I was like, when he gets out, he's going to be working 3, 4, 5 jobs, because I am not leaving my baby. Like, I love her too much to put her with somebody who doesn't love her like I love her. And so, yeah, my daughter turned 1, and that was when it was like serious, like, you got to get a job. And so I looked into daycare prices, and that was ridiculous. Didn't make sense to me. That's too expensive. I'm going to be a waitress to pay for daycare. Don't make no sense. And so that's when I became open to this stuff, y'all. Like for an entire year, I saw this It Works opportunity. For some reason, this is the only one that really caught my attention, because now you see there's tons of stuff, but this one is the only one that caught my attention. And I saw girls at the doctor's office for my daughter monthly wearing the It Works shirts, 2 different moms. And I would talk to them and just get them hype. They were just so daggone happy. And I'm like, what the heck? So I would sit and ask them questions, no intention of joining, no intention of buying anything, because somebody somewhere in my life said that network marketing, direct sales, this stuff is a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. So that's what I had buried in my mind, that like not even to entertain the thought, right? So, but then I got sick. I got real desperate, sick and tired of being sick and tired. And when I started seeing these success stories, and I saw this girl that I physically knew, we never even talked before, but I knew of her, and she's from the same town. And I reached out, and she agreed to talk to me. And she was like, you'd be so good at this. I'm like, no, like I have no friends. I'm a hermit crab. It's me, my baby, in a room at my mom's house. That's it. There's nothing else. Like, I used to pray for boldness. Like I used to be afraid to do this, talk to people. Right. And so she's like, just hear me out. So I met up with her. We talked. She shared the opportunity with me. And I just had a gut feeling, y'all, like, just do it. Sign up, figure it out as you go. Just do what they say and figure it out. So, I signed up. My mom helped me out with the $99. And it was like, I just got so excited because I just dove into this thing. So if you're new, my advice to you is to stay connected to your team, your enroller, your upline, and just immerse yourself in this. The fact that you're on a Zoom right now, that's awesome. I got on every Zoom I could get on. I got on every call I could get on. I talked to everybody I could talk to, because and then I would be the one on the Zooms looking at the person who was talking like, gosh, I want that, man. I want that freedom. I want that life. I don't want to leave my baby. And I figured out what my why was. Now, your why, it's got to be super specific, okay? My why was, I want to reach double diamond before Austin gets out of prison. Because if I can get to double diamond before he gets released, then he doesn't have to go get 2, 3. He'd only have to get one job. He wouldn't even have to get one job. He could come home and truly bond with his daughter. He could get to know her. He never even knew her. She didn't even know him. I kept him up to date with like pictures, but they had no relationship. And that was my why. Like, that's what drove me every single day. And my why was so strong that, like, I didn't care what anybody said. Yes, in the beginning, it affected me. I'm not going to say I was this, like, tough, crazy boss, babe that didn't affect. It did. I'm not saying it didn't, because it was the ones that I thought were going to support me the most. My family, right? My Austin's family. I thought those were going to be for sure the ones that got my back, that think that I can do this, right? And those were the main ones that were making me feel like maybe this won't work for me. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe they're right. Maybe this is a scam. Is this real? Can this really happen for me? They would have me questioning and doubting. And it would be strangers or random people from my past or people on Facebook that would actually be excited and want to talk about it and want to join my team or want to buy something. And it just, so I jumped in this thing. My first month, I made $500, and that blew my mind. Everything to this day, today we got paid, blew my mind. I still am like, this is crazy. This is crazy. So $500 my first month, it kept going up. By my 5th month in the business, my month number 5, I went emerald. My 4th month, number 5, I went diamond. And then 3 days later, at the very strike of midnight, on the last day of my 5th month, I hit double diamond. And so I earned, in that 1 month, I earned a $20,000 bonus and a $30,000 bonus and hit double diamond my 5th month in the business. And my paycheck was $6,000 for that 1 month after joining 5 months. And what I want to tell y'all right now is that happened this time of year. That happened right now. So that happened 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, this time of year. So what we're sitting in, and it's even crazier now because our company has gone to a completely different level, a whole nother level. Like we've got the new product is insane. The Thermophyte X, okay, not only that, but the new compensation plan, it's literally taking half of what it used to take to get to each rank. It's just crazy. It's really crazy right now. You really don't want to be sitting on the sidelines. This is the time where your whole life will change. Whoever really jumps in right now are the ones who are going to be making the 5-figure paychecks come, in the next 5-6 months, like the end of this year. What's her name? Jess. Oh man, I can't think of her last name, but she's a presidential diamond. She was being paid as an executive in January of last year. And by the end of the year, she was being paid 30,000+ and was in the top 40 income earners in the company. Like, what? That's what's possible. That is what's possible right here. So I hit double. Got that $6,000 paycheck, man. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was so stoked. Like, I don't even entertain the negativity. I still don't. Sometimes I might, send people a screenshot of my pay stub just because they're just talking crap. And so I just want to shut them up, like, that's not true. Oh, I'll see it when I believe it. And normally I let it go, but there's been a handful of times I just, slide it in there and then they'll shut up for real. But anyways, so a year after I went double, I never went to an event, y'all. At first, I was like, I don't need an event. Like, I don't need to go to a conference or whatever. And don't think that, y'all, because I missed out. My first conference, I was like, holy cow, this is it. Like, what the heck is wrong with me? I've been sitting at Double Diamond making $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month thinking I'm a millionaire. Like, I'm not even going for the next level because I'm Gucci. Like, I'm good. My team's promoting, but I'm not going in for triple until I went to my first conference. And I sat there and I was just like, I kept hearing story after story of people who have a past, people who nobody expected it from, normal moms, nobody famous, nobody with crazy followings, you know what I mean? Like normal people, and everybody looked different, and they're millionaires and they're making crazy money. And, I used to think there was some secret, okay? Like I'm a creep. This was like a creeper mode I had. With Courtney Lavey, okay? She'll even tell you, whenever I got this idea that the people at the top, it was in the beginning of my business, I was like, the people at the top, they got to have some secret that they're not telling us that they're doing to make all this money. If I could just get on a Zoom with a top income earner, I can get it out of them, right? And so I remember asking Courtney Lavey if she'd do a Zoom for me, and she was like, yeah, sure, And then when she hopped on the Zoom, it was just me and her. Like I guess she thought it was gonna be my whole team. And I was like, she's like, you can invite your team. And I was like, no, girl, this is me and you. And she was like, okay. I'm telling you, like looking back, I'm like, she should have just clicked out. No, I was so creepy. But I was like, okay, what is it? What's the secret? Like, what are y'all really doing? You can tell me. You can trust me, man. And I'm trying, like, this is my first conversation with this girl. And she's like, what secret? This is it. And like, so anyways, she was doing the same things I was doing. So what I got from that was she just doesn't waver. The ones at the top, the reason why they make the most money is because they don't waver from their daily routine. Okay. They stick to what's working. They don't get discouraged because they got 10 no's in a day, they get excited. They got 10 seeds in the ground. Listen, judge your day. Don't judge your day by the harvest. Judge your day by the seeds sown. Judge your day by the seeds that are sown, because that's the thing. You know, when I lay down my head at night, I'm not like, oh, how many people did I enroll? How many people did I sign up? You know, month end's a different story. But I'm saying normally it's like, how many people did I talk to today? How many new people how many seeds did I plant? That's the whole thing, because the people who tell you no, all that means is not right now. It just means not right now. And then your job is to what? Follow up, talk to them, share. And then a part of following up is watering the seed, right? So posting, sharing literally everything you're doing with your business. If you don't share it, nobody knows what you're doing. Nobody's going to know that you're in this. You were on a Zoom. You were learning about your business, making money while you're learning. You were talking to somebody at the grocery store. Somebody stopped you because of your shirt, or somebody asked you for some keto coffee, or it doesn't have to be everything is an enrollment is a win. That's not just a win. A win is anytime you open your mouth about your business. You paid for your gas. It Works covered your gas. It covered your groceries. It paid for some of your groceries, whatever it is. I also like sharing my story, right? It was probably a year ago that I actually got real specific and opened up and got bold and vulnerable and shared everything. But even before that, I was still sharing, my past and what my life looked like and where it is now and where I'm going. You got to know where you're going, know what you want. My favorite thing that Pam Souter has ever said is when she said, your dream car, go to the car lot, get in your dream car and lick the leather, taste it, visualize it. Like, that's what's possible. We have been so conditioned to struggling. We've been so barely getting by, when there's gifts inside of each one of us that God wants to use. He wants to use the gifts that he's given you. And this right here is a platform and a vehicle for you to use every single one of them. That's what this did to me. You guys, this is what keeps me sober. I'm going to keep it real. My family, I love my family, love my babies, I love it. But having a purpose, something outside of myself, being able to help people, when I understood that this was not about just me, that this is about who can I help? Who can I help make an extra $500 a month? Who can I help make $1,000 extra a month? Who can I help pay off some debt? At the beginning, there's people who even to this day on my team that they get salty, right, about helping somebody grow their business. They get salty about it. She needs to send me that paycheck. I basically built her all the way to Ruby. She can go ahead and send me that, and I'm like, no, man, this is a heart thing. God sees your heart. God sees your effort and what you're doing, and he's going to raise something up out of that. Every time I've built somebody who really wasn't putting in work or effort, you know what? I'm just like, God, you put her in this position, and this is what's happening, and it's going to take us to the next level. She needed it for a reason. Enjoy your, I love what's she say, Nicole? She's like, enjoy your $500, or thank you, enjoy your 500, thank you for my thousands. I thought that was perfect, because that's what it is. In order for us to grow and to get to the next level, we've got to take our team with us. We've got to take people with us. I thought that was so cool what she said. But so here's a few tips about how to share your story, because everybody on here has a story. We all have something to say. And so here's a few tips on how to do it. I mean, I used to pray for boldness, y'all. It didn't just happen, but you got to start somewhere. That's where the magic happens, outside of your comfort zone. That's when you start seeing crazy stuff, is when you're like, okay, this is really got me scared. I feel like I'm about to throw up, but I'm going to try. I'm going to do it. And I'm telling you, watch what God does. He knows that you was about to throw up, and he's going to bless you for stepping outside of your comfort zone and for trying something. You never know. It may be something that just, boom, takes off, and you sign up a distributor or a customer that ends up going diamond. Okay, so these are 5 different tips to create your story and to help build your business, right? Number 1, share your background, okay? Sharing your story, it allows people to relate to you. So first you want to start with your background. Like, what, are you a nurse? Are you a server? What do you do? Stories sell, facts tell. When you were a baby, your mom told you bedtime stories. She didn't tell you bedtime facts. So don't like just spew facts on people, telling stories. This is something that Jade Hooper is brilliant about. You know, she's always telling a story, and she'll say that too. Like, she tells everything in stories. So then you want to share, you know, like a part of the background is, you know, your life before it worked. What did your life look like before it worked? Number 2, every great story has a little bit of pain because it allows people to relate to you. A little bit of pain, right? So maybe being broke, maybe going through loss in your family, maybe you're missing moments with your family. Maybe you want more time. Maybe it's hard. You're not making ends meet. Maybe it was, there was a cap on your income, right? Maybe you have a heart to give back, or you want to do missions, or you want to help people, but with what you're doing, there's a cap on your income. It's impossible. And you're working all the daggum time. So when are you going to find the time to do it? Right? So share that pain. That's something that's preventing you, right? People relate to our struggle more than our success. It's true. Okay. Next thing is share the solution. The solution is, I joined It Works to be able to have more time freedom and to get my life back. I joined It Works to be able to travel, to be able to give back, to be able to be with my babies and do what I love to do, not live miserably, right? Sharing all of this. Okay. The next thing is number 4, how do you feel about your future? Excited? Share your excitement. I don't mind going to work every day because I know it's temporary. My job is temporary. I have another plan. I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom because, yeah, I'm working my job full-time right now, but I'm working on my fortune part-time. That was what Jim Rohn says. Work on your fortune part-time. That's what this is. You're building the time's going to pass anyways, y'all. The time's going to pass anyways. So if quitting is on the table, you're going to end up quitting. Quitting has to be off the table, out of your mind, not anywhere near. Okay? Because we hear Cammie, it's not a matter of if, it's just when. It's when. A lot of people, belief is huge, man. A lot of people won't get what God has for them, and it's right there. I mean, they're so close. It's right there, but they quit. They quit. Then guess what? All those seeds you planted, all those people you talked to that all told you no, they're going to grow. It's God's law. They're going to grow. And where are they going to go? You quit. You're backed out. Guess what? I'm not quitting. I know Emily's not quitting. That's where they're going to go. They're going to go to somebody who's not quitting. You have to make it up in your mind. Look, when I joined this thing, I looked at the income chart. There's 8 different ranks, right? So I thought to myself, even if it takes me 8 years to promote 1 rank a year, to be making $30,000 a month, is it worth it, Courtney? Yeah, that's worth it to me. Tell me another job where recovering heroin addict, my husband has 18 to 20 felonies on his record. Tell me where we're going to make $30,000 a month. I'm sorry. I'll wait. I'll chill. I'll do this for 8 years. I'll promote a rank a year. And look what happened. I'm 3 years in this, y'all, and we're at number 7. About to be at number 8 rank. How does that happen? I have over 10,000 customers and distributors in my downline. I cannot even name 10,000 people. I can't even name half of that. Scratch that. I can't even probably name 1,000 people to you that are on my team. Like, how does that happen? That's the power of network marketing. That's the power of this company. There's nothing like this. Number one reason that sets us apart from everybody. First of all, y'all know we're debt free. We've been around. We've stood the test of time. We've been around 18 years. Right? Is 18, 19? We just had a birthday. Okay, yeah. We've stood the test of time.
18.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't say 17, so I know it's 18. We've stood the test of time. We're debt free. We're all about giving back. We have a culture that nobody else can copy. Nobody else has our culture. And the number one thing is we are a faith-based company. We have worship services at our conference. So listen, understand that God has a plan, but so does the devil. So does the devil. A lot of people think, we forget about that part. So when attacks come and the enemy tries to distract you or call a timeout or slow you down or throw a wrench in something, what? We get, oh man, maybe it's that it works thing. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe this isn't for me. Man, I pushed so hard and I barely missed it, or I didn't hit the rank that I was supposed to. Maybe this isn't for me. I quit. I give up. No, you got to see what's going on here. The devil wants to take you out. He don't want you here. Because guess what? You're bringing people to a faith-based company. That's a big deal. There's nothing else like that. To worship services. People find Jesus at our conferences. People join us and open their Bibles again. People join this and start to have a relationship with God. People that never used to have a relationship with God. Melody McFarland told me the other day, she said, when I first met Cindy Pentecost, my very first meeting with Cindy Pentecost, 13 some years ago, she said, yes, this business is about helping people find financial freedom. But can I tell you, the real root of this company is to win souls. I mean, whoa, like that was planted from the birth of It Works. That's huge, man. This is so much more than buying a product. This is so much more than making an income. This is changing lives. This is saving lives, saving and changing lives. When you truly grasp what you are a part of and what you have your hands on, you will not be able to not share it. You won't care what anybody says because they don't know what they're talking about. They have no clue what they're talking about. And you know what? If it's family and if it's the ones that you love the most that are giving you the most crap, prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. That was one of the biggest things, man. I just can't wait to prove y'all wrong. I didn't say it, but I thought it all the time. All the time. Every time somebody come at me and my family, we hate It Works, Courtney. It's taking you away from us. You're always on your cell phone, or you're just neglecting your daughter. You need to really chill with the It Works, Courtney. You're neglecting your daughter. Your daughter's more important. And I'm like, you don't even get it. Like, that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm going hard. That's why I'm making sacrifices right now, because I want to be able to give my baby everything. I want to be able to not have to go into work 60 hours a week. And guess what? The same ones talking crap, I make more money than them now. They can't tell me nothing. And they slick hate. But it's okay. Because it's okay. Like, I'm just saying, man, God has something so awesome for you. He has something so awesome. You were made. God didn't make average. He made awesome. You were put here to do amazing things, to live an abundant life, not to struggle. You were made for more. When you get your mind around that, I promise you, your business will explode. Your relationships will explode. You will have the best relationships. You will jump out of bed. That's what this thing did to me. I was the person that, if I was up before the sun was going down, my family was like, whoa, what's going on, Courtney? Hey, welcome. How's it going? And I was just like, just getting something to eat. Oh my gosh. Y'all, a text just came through. My sister is pregnant.
Wow, congrats.
Dude, no, listen. Okay, sorry. I know this is like real time. Oh,
It's okay.
my parents are my sister has this really cool boyfriend, right? Like he's a doctor. They're great. They live together, whatever, but they're not married. And my mom, she set up this date tonight, his parents and my mom's parents to meet and to like talk, but they've been dating for like 2.5 years. So we were always like, that's kind of random. Like she set this up a week ago. Something's coming out. Like maybe they're going to talk about their wedding. Maybe they're going to talk about that. And I even said, I'm like, she's pregnant. I promise you she's pregnant. And
That's so exciting.
pregnant together. That's so cool. Okay.
More babies now.
I know. Okay. That's crazy. But,
I actually, if you don't mind me cutting you off.
yes, go ahead. Yes.
I'm like, listen, I'm gonna hire you. You can just speak to my team, you can speak to us every day. I know. So, we are mostly made up of we're pretty young. So, but slowly we're starting to have more children on the team. No, don't think about it, guys. Not me. So I got a few questions about basically your day-to-day and having kids and going through, being with your children, dealing with family, them talking, you picking up from your kid, you doing what you got to do, but, multitasking, I guess. What's your best advice on it?
So there's really no balance. Pam talks about get that word out of your vocabulary, and like straight up, you're never going to find a perfect balance. Okay. Cause what I have found is focused time is what works for me. Focused time. So when my kids are acting crazy and they want my attention and they're freaking out, if I will just give them 30 minutes, right, of my focused attention, they're done with me after. They're good. They're good. Same thing with my husband. I can sit and talk to him, and he's good. He's good. So I feel like focused time. And then I'm good to go work my business, work on my phone. That's the beauty about this, y'all. This fits in the cracks of your life. Don't feel like I feel like people who think, oh, I just got to first figure out my schedule, how I'm going to do this. I got to get the kids, blah, 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 blah. This fits in the crack. Don't overthink this. When you truly love this and you believe in this, first of all, do you believe in this? Do you really believe in this? Do you really believe that you can do this? Okay, and if you don't believe, you need to borrow your upline's belief. I did that in the beginning. And then I just started saying what she was saying out loud so my ears could hear it. And then next thing I knew, my mind started believing what I was saying out loud. And then it started happening. Things started happening what I was saying. Like I am a diamond. I'm a diamond. I'm going to the top. Like I didn't just join this to make a couple $100. I joined this to change my life. You didn't just join this to buy a kit and bounce out. You joined this to change your life. And if you really did, I'm telling you, it will happen. But there's no balance. There's nothing perfect about, when I do my messaging, I like to spread it out. So like 4 different times during the day, I make sure that I follow up and send out at least 10 to 15 new messages. Now, when I first joined, how I went double diamond in 5 months, I was messaging 50 plus people daily, no matter what. I had a 50 mark. And I was talking to people, I was messaging people. I don't believe, you hear a lot of people talk about cold messaging. I believe it's cold messaging if you have a cold heart. Truly. If your heart is right, and you really took the time and you looked at their page, and this is truly somebody that, you've been connecting with and your heart is right about it, and you believe that she would be a great asset to the team, and you believe this could really change her life, how can you not? How can you not offer this? This is amazing. This is the most life-changing opportunity. Voice memo, man. Voice memo. I don't even write messages anymore unless I absolutely have to. I promise. I don't unless I absolutely have to. Because what that does, my enrollment and my enrollment rate from that has grown. Like, most of the time, if I can get them to listen to my voice memos, they're going to join or they're going to buy because they hear my passion. They hear my excitement. They hear my voice. I'm a real person. And then I get to share my stories. I get to share my success. I get to share how I want to help them. Always, when somebody shows interest in your business, you show interest in them. When somebody shows interest in your products, show interest in them. Don't just spew facts at them. Get on there and say, girl, so tell me a little bit about yourself. What is it that you do now? Okay, so tell me what number, if you could pick a number, how much would benefit your family if that you brought in a month? What's the number? What number would benefit you and your family to bring that in monthly? Ask questions. What are your health goals? What's your goals before summertime? Tell me, what is it? Let's talk about it. I want to make a specific plan for you. And I love what I heard last night on Ashley Mayfield. Y'all, that Zoom was fire. I don't know if y'all was on that, but that was fire. She was talking about, Miranda was talking about, you know, I'm going to make you a specific plan and get it the cheapest. You know, hold on, give me a second. That's brilliant. She even said, voice memo. And if you're afraid of it, you can practice. You can always practice. Send it to yourself. If you like it, shoot it to them. There's a little arrow next to it. You can, boom, forward it to whoever. But I think the daily routine thing is having a to-do list, okay? For sure. You have to have your checklist. If I don't have a daily 6 list, things that I do every single day, and things, and they vary, you know, now that my team's pretty big, but having something that I stick to, that's where the top money earners, they don't waver from it. They stick to that. Even when they're getting no's, because they know the yeses are coming. The harvest is coming, and those no's turn into yeses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, I really don't remember what Zoom I was watching or a power hour or something, but so funny. I remember this till this day where you talked about when you say happy birthday to people, you'll literally, if they're strangers, you'll go to their DM and you'll voice message and literally sing happy birthday to them. I'm like, that's just so like, that's so awesome.
It makes your day.
Yeah. Dude, if someone did that to me, I'd be like, I'm going to be best friends with this person for the rest of my life.
I'm telling you, literally. I have signed up since I started sharing that, and I've signed up distributors because of that. I signed up 2 customers because of that. Because they follow you. They're interested. You caught their attention. That's our goal, right? And also, you can't receive love. You know, when you're posting and you're like, man, I'm not getting no likes, no comments, what's up? First of all, people are watching. Second of all, give love, man. You got to get out there and comment and like 50 plus, you know, prospects, people you want to be in your business. Get out there and build a relationship, comment on their stuff, like their things. But yeah, singing them happy birthday, even if I don't know how to sing, I'm not a singer, but I just get on there and I be goofy with it. And they just eat it up. They're like, you don't know, that just made my day. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And
that's so funny. I love that.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. It's being unique. I was just talking to one of my girls today about just like be different, like do something different. So and give, like I'm really big with Grant Cardone. Like I eat, sleep, breathe Grant Cardone. So he just always talks about give. And I feel like we get so caught up in like wanting to enroll and like taking anything we possibly can. But yeah, maybe you could use that for right now, but in the long run, it's not going to get you far, you know? So I paid a lot of money for like this workout nutrition plan like a year ago. And now I'm like, I have an app full of this stuff. they're like, I can give to people. So even if they can afford something or not, I'm like, girl, tell me, what are you working on? You need some ab workouts? Like this, I send them like the nutrition plan. Like I'll literally I just love, like, it feels good to help people and to give, and they're going to remember you because you're unique, you're different. You know, you're not just getting a sale, you know, so that's really important. I love that. Okay, one more question.
That's why you're an ambassador diamond. That's why you're an ambassador diamond. I'm telling y'all, it's all about giving. Mm-hmm. The whole thing is giving. When your heart is right and you see and you take your eyes off of yourself and you are a giver, that changed my business. Become a giver. I'm so glad you said that. Like, that's what it's about. Listen to the Holy Spirit. I mean, I've had God place on my heart to just randomly give people money sometimes, or give away a car, different things that I would have never been able to do in my life if it weren't for this business. But God honors it. And I just think that's so cool, man. That's exactly why.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, one last question. Basically, like, what's your best advice as far as, like, do you do anything specific or unique as far as team building or like leadership building, or just, I mean, I feel like your vibe and your inspiration, all of that, like, does wonders, but do you do anything specific as far as that?
So I'll just tell you how my whole like thing really, I don't know if this is going to answer your question, but I have we have chats, you know, I have a leadership chat. And for what I do for my team is we do Zooms, we do opportunity Zooms weekly. We do for our whole downline to invite their prospects, customers, and potential distributors. And then, you know, I like to do a projecting volume. I know this is kind of random, but I do a projecting volume Zoom, because when I understood, y'all, when this is what changed the game for me, which it actually used to be 5 boxes, but when I understood this Ruby chart, this is how I think about it. It works when you were sitting at conference, right? The whole building, the majority of the building was what? Rubies. The majority of the building is rubies. People join this business to make an extra $500 a month. They can't wrap their mind around millions and thousands and millions of dollars. So if 85% of people join to be Ruby, then I want my team and my leaders teaching people to go Ruby and how to build rubies. So that's, you know, we do Ruby trainings weekly, just basically how to get to Ruby. And because if you can understand this, you can go all the way. This is the foundational rank in the entire company. That's what Susan Wade, she talks about, building rubies. That's how you go to the top. Build a lot of rubies. That's helping a lot of people make $500 extra a month. That's a big deal. So my leaders, we just got chats. We do the Zooms. I'm trying to think of what else. We do, you know, we trade off and they go live in the team page, you know, doing daily prayer, or, you know, goal posting or setting, some stuff like that. Is that kind of, sort of what you're asking?
Sorry, I'm trying to unmute myself. Yeah, no, I was just curious if you did anything, and I love that. So we do, you know, team Zooms every week, but I love, like the base focus of Ruby, because you're so right. Like, I mean, every rank is basically a bunch of rubies, so that's what you should be focusing on. I love that a lot.
Supposed to be little miniature versions of It Works, and that's like I just had an aha at conference. I'm like, this is all rubies. Like yeah, there's a bunch of different ranks, but the majority, and they kept talking about making $500 extra a month, and I'm like, so if we're supposed to be miniature versions of It Works, we all have our own, you know, business, then we got to build rubies. We got to teach about building rubies and teach them how to build rubies. Because when I understood how to get to Ruby, I was like, oh man, it's over, dude. I got this now. And all an emerald is 2 rubies. I already know how to do that. All a diamond is what? 3 rubies? Let's go.
Yep, exactly. Okay, you freaking rock. Thank you so much. Seriously, you lit a fire under a lot of people's thoughts, even mine, for sure. You freaking rock. Thank you so much for blessing us. We're so grateful to have you tonight.
Oh, thanks, y'all. Thank you.
Congrats to your sister. Tell her we all said congratulations and we celebrated with you.
I'm going to take a picture. Oh, no.
Okay.
That is so crazy. That just totally threw me off, man. She's pregnant. Like, that's crazy. Okay, cool.
All right.
I love y'all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. That's so